Hey guys, I'm going to try to give you some answers for questions I'm getting on the YouTube. So, astral projection and projecting your consciousness, for me, this is how I do it. So, I can't consciously awake in meditation astral project, okay? Never could do it. I did it, I think, once or twice, but I just can't. I can't do it. I get afraid and I come back. But the times I do it, I ask my spirit ahead of time for me to astral project. I want to do it. I want to do it. And I ask my spirit, take me somewhere. I want to see it consciously. And then a couple days later, I'll lay down, go to bed, and whoop, I fly right out, and I'm consciously awake. And I can feel all the things happening to me, and I leave. I'm not even in my body. And I go see my stuff and come back, and it's all usually a failure from what I want to do. But that's the only time I can do it, is if I set it up ahead of time. I ask my spirit to give me the experience. And then a couple days later, or a week, 2 weeks later, I'll have that experience when I'm more exhausted, or I have a headache and I'm on ibuprofen. I lay down and you're so zonked out, you just like totally release, and then I'll go. And it's just because I asked. If I hadn't asked, I never would have went anywhere. Okay, so you got to set it up ahead of time for yourself. So your spirit says the next time, oh, we can get them this time to go. So that's how it works for me for astral projection. Now I astral project every night, but I'm not conscious of it. I'm in dream space. You're in a dream, astral projecting, playing out with other people, friends, spirits, whatever. But it's not conscious, it's unconscious. It's in dream space. It's a different level. And there's levels within that level. So there's high and low. Now, if you want to do, there's one way I couldn't do anymore, so I started learning the remote viewing, right? And remote viewing, and you learn it on the internet, the military way. You know, the military remote viewers. They sit in a chair, relax, and get their coordinates and go see, but they don't actually go anywhere, supposedly. I don't know. That's not how I do it. To me, that's a goddamn sham. It's a bullshit scam. If it works or not, I don't know. Don't care. I ain't spending the money to learn it. But the way I learned was by practice. What I do, I lay down in bed, meditate, cross over into spirit. That means your ego is gone, but you're still conscious. I learned that. I learned how to do that through meditation. I got it on the YouTube 10 times if you want to know how to do it. The meditation. And then with that, with the meditation, you learn to control your cracking of the ego and bringing your spirit to your head. Because you got to let go of the ego crap, bring your spirit to the head. You do that more and more and more, and you can finally start seeing through your spirit, through your heart, through your eyes, instead of locked into the ego world. So you're locked into the ego world, conscious, but when you crack your ego and let your spirit come to your head, and you start listening to your spirit from your inner light to your head, you start seeing through your inner light and your soul and your spirit, and you start hanging out with the Godhead, the Creator, all that is, and Jesus Christ, and all the other guys that are cool. Then, as you're doing that, you learn to control in deep meditation, and you're still awake. You don't fall asleep because you learn how to do that through the practice meditation. Oh, it gets crazy. I wasn't ready for this. So anyway, after I cross over, bring my spirit to my head, and I totally not ego, I set up a place I want to go ahead of time. Now I learned this by going to my friend's house. I tell you how to do it in the video. So what I do is, I'm just getting on with it. So one time I went to the moon. The subscriber wants to know how about the moon and the sun and stuff with the alien crafts there. So I'm going to tell him what I saw or what happened to me. I got 24 minutes to do it. So, okay. Bring my spirit to my head, cross over, and ahead of time I said I have a picture of the big ship. back in the 60s, 70s, 80s or something. They took a picture of a big ship in the rings of Saturn, and I said, I'm going to go there. So I'm all ready to go, and I say to myself, I will myself to the big ship in the ring of Saturn. Now, it might not be there. It could be a fucking other side of the galaxy, but I don't know. I don't care. I don't put anything into it. I just go to that damn ship that I saw on the photograph, and I say, I ask my soul to take me. You don't go in your head. Your soul takes you. And if your soul don't take you, then you're not supposed to go. So you leave it up to your soul. I went. Boom! I'm standing outside the ship, which is like the moon. Imagine you're standing beside an aircraft carrier. Well, put it this way, you couldn't see the top or you couldn't see the bottom or the far left or far right. And it's a big long cigar thing. So the next thing I know, I'm inside of it, and there's this hallway that goes on forever. There's no people in it, there's no lights, but I can see a little bit. It's like gray on gray and gray sort of thing, but dark. And I feel on the sides, and it's black inside. And it felt like iron, the walls of this craft. And it was made, the hallways were made for people walking, but there was no people in there. So it was like a remote controlled ship that was siphoning, sucking elements out of the rings of Saturn, rocks, certain materials. I don't know. I never got to see that. I sensed, I didn't get to the room, but I sensed, I just saw bay after bay after bay of raw material being sucked into the bays, into these big giant bay rooms. And I don't know, that was about it. There was no people, no life forms on it. It was all a remote control ship. So, and then I was getting scared because it was really scary in there. Imagine being in the city of Toronto by yourself. Nothing else, just the city of Toronto. Or a big, huge city anywhere in the world. No people. No animals, no nothing, just ghosts. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm out of here. I can't deal with this. So anyway, I left, and then I went. I was sitting on the hanging out on the rings, looking around, and I saw another object on the other side of Saturn, sort of inside the rings, and it was a piece of junk. It was like huge, but not. It wasn't the size of this thing, but it was like, and it's just sitting there, this piece of junk. And it looked like a satellite. I thought it was like a satellite, like something we have in orbit, but it wasn't. It was different. It was huge. It was the size of an apartment building. And I don't know. I didn't go to it. I had to go to the bathroom, so I came back to my body. But if you can will yourself to the rings, pretend you're sitting on the rings of Saturn and just look at Saturn. That'll blow your mind. You look all the way up to as far as you can see up, all the way down, and it's just belts of colors. And your spirit senses it's like a song, the vibration of the planet. And it's like a song, and you don't hear it with your ears, you hear it with your soul. And the colors are going by. If the sun is facing it, and it's not flat, so flat Saturn, it's round, and it's sick. It's just, if that don't blow your mind, forget about the UFO craft. Just look at that and feel Saturn, its song, its vibration. That'll blow your mind. Everything has a vibration. So if you can get to hang out in front of a planet, projecting your consciousness at it, and you're good, just try that. Give it a shot. I do it everywhere I go all the time because it's something unique, right? And we're never going to get there in our lifetimes, thanks to the guys that control all this space stuff. Anyway, so that was one time I went to Saturn. I went to Jupiter and all the other places. Well, not a lot, but the sun, he wanted to know about the sun. So I project I don't astral project, I project consciousness which means I'm awake, meditating in my body, but I bypassed my ego, and I say to myself, I will myself to go to the sun. I will myself to go. And all of a sudden you'll feel yourself just whooshing, but you're still awake. You can go, but you're still flying. It's a perception. You have to bring your heart to your head to perceive through your spirit. Once you're perceiving through your spirit, then you wish yourself. This is how I do it. I don't know why other people can't do it. Maybe they didn't crack their ego and brought the soul to their head. I'm seeing through my soul. So I'm seeing through my soul, my inner light, more or less. And I fly to the sun. And I can feel myself going. Telemarketers. So I fly into the sun. Well, not flying. I'm not after projecting. I'm laying in bed awake, but I'm going. And I feel myself go through the atmosphere, and then I'm flying, go by the moon, and I'm flying to the sun, which seems like it's going to take forever, only because I perceive it that way. Then anyway, I'm keep your focus. I will myself to the sun. So you get as close to the sun you can, and you think you're at the sun, right? I'm at the sun. So start going into the sun. So you're at the sun, and there's huge explosions going on. You go into the yellow, orangey, red plasma stuff on the outer surface, whatever it's called, and big fireballs and stuff. Awesome. It's like behind you is black, in front of you forever is white. You can't see. You can't even see the top, the ends of it, or nothing. And then you travel for another hour. It seems like that, but it's only perception, your perception of it, because you're taking it all in. That's how it works for me. But then it takes like an hour. You think, fuck, am I ever going to get there? And you're like there already, but you're still not there. You still got 1,000 million miles to go, but you can't see nothing. So you think you're there. Your brain's not adapted to the shit, right? This perception. Let alone you're learning your soul and how to perceive through your soul, and then you got to perceive the physics of reality, the physics of the physical world, the physical universe. Plus you're trying to stay in that focus, the mind frame, for your mind can understand it. So it's a big trip. So just let it play out. You'll come. It comes as it takes its time. You got to process all this later on. So anyway, I get into it, and I'm totally surrounded. I look behind me. There's no dark, so I know I'm in the sun. Then I keep going, and then I see faster, 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 faster. Will myself faster, and I'm going faster, faster, and I can feel like layers passing by me. And then I get into this one layer. I pass through it, and all hell breaks loose. I don't know where I was in. The colors were all fucked up, but it was my soul started going. Like, pretend my hand is my soul. And I'm flying in, and all of a sudden I get past this one layer, and my hand starts shaking like this, my soul. And then I get closer and closer, and I'm pushing it, and as I'm pushing it, it starts freaking out, and then it starts. It was like that. My whole fucking soul was like that. And then I said, I just got this instinct. Are you out of your fucking mind? Get out of here! And so, bam! I woke up. I came right back, like instantly. I just got out of there. I think my spirit pulled me back because it was ripping me apart. It was whatever nuclear super shit forces that are going on in there. Don't project yourself in there, because your fucking soul can't even survive. Now it can if you're on a higher level, but I was at a low level, close as I can to physical reality. That probably made a big difference, because you can bypass all the forces of a physical reality, more or less. In the spirit world, bypass them all the higher you go, and you can bypass them. But I was really low, like the lower astral, when I went. I don't know what level low, but I was lower than I usually am, just to stay in physical reality, to perceive physical reality. I didn't want to see phantom ghosts from other realities and fucking shit like that. I just wanted to see physical reality and to see my world, my universe in physical terms, and that's why I do it. Project my consciousness to see through my spirit. But anyway, my soul was freaking out. It was like it was being ripped piece by piece, being ripped apart, and I just started getting the hell out of there. And then that was the sun. I never went back. That was enough of that. But he wanted to know about the big ships that are sucking up stuff from the sun's surface. Me, I never went to see them. I don't know. But my internal responses say they're just passing by, getting fuel for the ride. It's like a gas station. And there's so many races out there. And these guys, they're like class 3 civilization. We're class 0. Starting to go into class 1. We ain't even class 1 yet. We're still skin apes beating each other over the head, lying to everybody, sneaking, conniving, greed, killing. That's our motto, right? On Earth, that's what we do. And once we get past that, then we can start moving into class 1 and class 2. Like mentally, we're deranged. In God's eyes, we're mentally we're deranged the way we do things. Technologically, we're getting more advanced. We still ain't broke through the hyperdimensional physics stuff. Well, we're led to know anyway. But so you got to put that in perspective. But these guys that are harvesting the sun, they fly up and they go, oh, look at the developing planet. Dee. They don't even have to use their gizmos. They just project their spirit and say, yep, there's a lot of people on that planet. Too bad they're killing each other. Well, we got to go. Bye. I don't care, like, whatever. Class 1 civilization. Been there, done that. Let's find something new. It's like us looking at them going, let's go, let's check it out. They're looking at us and going, been there, done that 100,000 times. We lived it ourselves. I ain't whatever, bye. I don't give a shit. So there's no fear there. These guys that are harvesting the sun, and who knows, how do you know it's even a mothership with a whole 6, okay, the size of that fucking ship that's harvesting from the sun is the size of the Earth. So you put 6 billion people in that ship. It's basically a floating fucking planet. You gotta harvest energy, and that's from the sun. Our sun was there, they needed it. Maybe we got a certain kind of good stuff in the sun that's not really abundant in all the other sun. Maybe they needed something, I don't know. But I don't think they give a shit about us. They can't even bring that thing close to the planets. The solar system of planets. It'll disrupt the planets of the solar system. Then you got the ETs that I know, and they're part of the Confederation of Save the Earth equilibrium of their planets, whatever they're called, and they protect the Earth, so they probably contacted them and said, okay, take your fill, see you later, just don't interfere with our shit, because we're protecting this and that, and that's the way it's going to be. It's not like they were going to come and attack us for our water. Fucking water's everywhere up there. So that's the way I see it. It's just common sense. That's what my instincts say. And who knows that's even a ship? That could be a life form. Everything you can think of in your imagination is out there, either in this reality or another dimensional reality or in a spirit world. I guarantee it, because I've experienced things I thought of that I saw in this reality on this fucking plane of existence while I'm wide awake, and I never thought I'd see that shit. And I thought about it before and it happened. So what is that, right? That's me manifesting it or me seeing it in advance. Something that's going to happen. Either way, whatever you can think of is out there. And then when you think of everything, you ain't even started, because there's so much more. Your perception is only limited to this one reality. When you daydream, then you're entering the spirit world. Then that's different levels of the spirit world. That's called daydreaming is the second illusion. No, first illusion. Manifesting in a physical reality is the second illusion, I think. Either way. Anyway, if you're dreaming, creating probable realities for yourself, that's the second illusion. Yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, Craze taught me that. Anyway, that's pretty cool stuff. Oh, to the moon. So I didn't ask to project again. I projected my consciousness, still awake. I go to the moon, I walk around, I do a bunch of things. There's nothing, so I ask my spirit, I go, take me somewhere where there's people. So everything just goes black in my mind. And then, boom, I feel myself traveling, going down. I don't know where it was, dark side, light side, upside down, I don't know. And I just boom, here I am in this big control center. And there's these guys working and everything's really white. Like a clean room. Like white. Like doctors, like science lab white. And they're all in one-piece suits and they had big old heads. Well, they weren't like grays. They looked like normal people with big heads. And skinny, I don't know. I can't really remember. So I'm looking at them and they're just doing, there's like two or three. There's some guys over here doing things. And they're just working or doing their thing. And I'm like, well, I don't know what any of this shit is. I don't know. I think they're just censoring us. You know, just censoring, watching our evolution, watching how we do shit, make sure we don't nuke ourselves. I don't honestly know what they're studying. I don't know. I don't even know if they live there. They could be in another dimension, out of phase with this dimension, studying us, studying the people that are other people that are on the moon. For fuck's sakes, I don't know this. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. Then this is what you got to go through. You got to think all this. For me, I do anyway. They may not even be a physical reality. They could be out of phase with this reality, like the UFOs. They could have set up a base there without the people that are on the moon. If there are any people on the moon, I don't know. I saw people on the moon, so I'm just saying. I saw humans on the moon. NASA guys on the moon years ago on a little base in their little cars and shit. And it wasn't from back in the 60s like they want you to believe. But anyway, these guys were no man NASA guys. These guys, I don't even know if they're in reality. I think they were. I was assuming they were, but I don't know for sure. They were studying. I know whoever was on the moon, us, if there's other ETs on the moon, like Anunnaki guys, I don't know for sure. The ruins scream Anunnaki, the same as here in Egypt and other places. They all scream that stuff. So I'm thinking, I call them Anunnaki for lack of a better word. The pyramids on Earth, the pyramids on the moon, the pyramids on Mars, all Anunnaki shit. Call them Egyptians, whatever the fuck you want. I call them the Anunnaki. They're not good guys. They're just like Trump and Bush and Hillary. Whole legacies of kingdoms and shit. It's all that bullshit. It goes on forever. They had their fucking space technology. They used it. And knows how we're following in their footsteps. Unbelievable. So if they're on the moon, still with their garbage, and they're doing things, these guys might have been studying them. These guys that I went might have been studying us, might have been protecting us, might have been moving asteroids slightly out of the way so they don't collide with Earth. You know, it's sky's the limit. I don't know. But anyway, before I run out of time, I'm looking at them. I go, well, I wonder if they'll hear me if I scream out at them. So I screamed out. I go, hey, what you guys doing over there? And that's exactly what I said. I go, what are y'all doing over there? And all of a sudden they all stopped. They all turned around. So I know they heard me. Not physically, my spirit, my soul yelling at them. One guy turned around, he looked at me, and then they're looking at me. There was no... It was just like, what the fuck is that guy doing here? How does he know? Uh-oh, we gotta get him out of here. Now they, probably because they don't want me to know, to report to you, what the fuck they're doing there. So they got me out of there fast. Probably protecting my own ass. Either way, I'm looking at Buddy. I'm projecting my consciousness into this place. I yell out at him. He looks at me. He tunes into me with his soul. As far as I know, or he was a soul out of dimension, whatever. I don't know. I don't know everything. He's looking at me. They're all looking at me. One guy, he tunes right into me. And he goes, and he starts coming at me like that. He just starts whooshing at me. And then as soon as he came at me, he lunged at me. We're in this, like, I'm flying backwards. And I'm looking at him, and he's coming at me like Superman. And he's coming at me face to face, and he comes right up to my face. I'm flying back through this tunnel. I see a tunnel, him in the tunnel, me in the tunnel. He's hooked up to my tunnel. And then my tunnel, which is my spirit projecting itself, makes a unique little tunnel. He's in it. He's hooked up to my spirit. I'm hooked up to his spirit, and he's chasing me back, probably to protect me. And then as I start coming back into the Earth atmosphere and back to my body, now I'm there. Like my consciousness is really more there than it is in my body, but I can still move, but I'm totally framework there. You have to do it to understand it. Then, as he's coming, he pulls off as soon as I start heading into Earth, coming back to my body. And I can feel myself going, you can see everything around you. Fucking 180 degrees around you, everywhere. So you know, it's like consciousness all around you. You don't even need eyes to see. It's weird. I'm coming back, he pulls away, breaks the connection. And that's it. I came back. And I did that on Mars too. Same thing on Mars when I was digging around the ruins of Mars, and I was in that one room. I investigated it. I saw the dead people, the dusty like dried dead mummies. They weren't mummies. They were just dried skin creatures laying in this big vault thing underground, like in Egypt. They were laying in a tomb, dead, random. I walked around there. I came outside and I was walking around looking at the ruins, and all of a sudden, right in front of my face, this guy staring at me, and this guy was fucking negative. So if he was an Anunnaki, I don't know, but he was dead. He was spirit. I know that, because he damn near got me. And I fucking booked it back. He followed me back, and I thought I was never going to get back fast enough. He's coming at me, and I'm flying back through the tunnel again. So Mars is loaded with spirits. So bring in Christ consciousness before you go. That's all I got to say. And ask Christ consciousness to protect you. It'll keep you safe. Christ consciousness is Christ consciousness. It protects your soul, your spirit. And then ask Christ to help you out too. Or just don't go. I don't know. That's what I do. And he never got me. Same thing happened. He broke connection by the time I got back to my body. So he didn't want to come to Earth. Because I think there's a sort of there's a fine line. When you get so close to Earth, you'll get sucked into the vacuum of the Earth vibe, something like that. And remember, when you get to Mars, go up in spirit and go down and grab the dirt. Grab the dirt of Mars. Feel it. Own it. Feel it. Smell it. That brings you closer to the vibration of Mars. Feel the Earth. Dig your hands into it. And then stand on it. Make it like you're solid there. And the more solid you are, the better you'll see through your heart and your mind. Okay? All right.